Hey there, dear Spellweaver community! I've told you all, 2019 is also gonna be a year in which I am gonna continue playing Spellweaver. Obviously, probably now the only one that still releases content on a regular basis on the YouTubes. So by the way, anyone out there who plays Spellweaver, just, you know, get some YouTube content out, because we have more than enough on Twitch. Well, not more than enough, but enough. However, today, or actually 1 week ago, because I recorded 1 week afterwards, we're gonna play in the Saturday Conquest to get a card back that you're gonna see in one of the videos. I think it was the Entry card back. Not too sure. Does that mean we won or we lost? You're gonna see that. But the decks that I ran into the enemies in that case my choice of decks were. I'm gonna go quickly through that because I have played with all of these decks in Spellweaver ranked so far, and it's basically the exact same deck list that I've played in Spellweaver ranked a couple of episodes ago. So the first one is an Enoch deck, which is a little bit meta. So people, not this one exactly, but like a similar one that runs Enoch. So maybe people expect that, but of course they play against me. And I don't play meta decks at all. This is Reign of the Underworld, obviously. The first one that we're gonna play. If you want to go more in depth and actually know how it works, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown, but I've also played it in Spellweaver ranked before. So check out in the description below. There is a link to the entire playlist of all Spellweaver ranked episodes. Just click on the Reign of the Underworld one and be impressed. It's a deck list, by the way, that I got from Rags, I think, but Rags to Riches. But I think I also mentioned that in the video. Creatures, however, and spells and shrines, let's go quickly through it, though. And by the way, they fixed that with the last patch, so thank you, Ifco, for that. Now I can go into the deck editor and actually right-click on the cards, and it doesn't only display the hero, which was kind of dumb in the first place. So cool to see that Ifco fixed that. So number one, we have 4 Zombie Legionnaires. You know, of course, it's mono corruption, so, you know, get some Zombie Legionnaires in there. Why not? 2/2, 1-speed blocker, can play that on the first turn, pretty good. Death Curse Shaman, double copy of those. Pretty cool thing, can deal with a 3/3. It's a 1/1 2-speed, and when it dies for real, and you get to choose to either give an enemy creature -2/-2, or the enemy hero loses 2 life. We have 4 Mesmerizing Spirits, which is one of the best corruption creatures that corruption has to offer, I would say. It's a 1/2, 2 speeds, kind of okay stats, but the cool thing is if it comes into play, the enemy has to discard 1 card. 2 mana, 2 aspects, pretty damn good. Undead Necromancer, we only have 1 of these. It's not a zombie list, but it can be if you don't draw your win condition, which is 1 card, ideally 2 cards. But we get to that in a little bit. Undead Necromancer, only 1 copy because it's not zombies. But the cool thing is, he has pretty good stats with 3/2, 2 speed. And he is deadly. And other zombies we control are deadly as well. Then we have 4 Sexibus, which, yeah, definitely, I would still say the best creature that corruption has. It's a 3/3, 2 speed flying. And when she enters the field, milady, sorry, the enemy hero loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. And then we have our first win condition, 3 copies of Giara, Sovereign of Souls. Other non-spirit creatures get -1/-1, and whenever a non-spirit creature dies, that also... Does it? Yeah, that also counts for copies, by the way. So if we get some Zombie Legionnaire copies with Tombs of the Damned, which we have, and they happen to die, then we also get an Enchained Soul out of that. So everything else that is not a spirit gets -1/-1, and enchained soul creatures you control are no longer slaves, which is definitely pretty damn good. As for spells, 3 Obnoxious Fumes, one of the best removal cards in the game, I would say, or creature removal in that case. 4 Word of Pain, because we definitely want to go up 4 corruption levels, so Word of Pain is just a godsend. 4 Consume Spirits, also, again, we go up 4 corruption aspects with this deck, so definitely Consume Spirit, -4/-4 for a creature. If we have those 4 corruption aspects. 2 Haunts. People now would say I'm pretty damn stupid and maybe I should like ramp up on +2 Death Curse Shaman, or maybe 1 Death Curse Shaman and add another Undead Necromancer and get rid of this bullshit. But Haunt comes into play, I can tell you that. And Haunt is, at least for this, because you know we rely a lot of on Enchained Souls, mostly. Not to gain life, we can do that, but mostly we use Enchained Souls to actually attack, by the way. And yeah, we attach it to an enemy card. Before the nerf, we got 2 Enchained Souls for each trigger. But now we only get 1. But still, you know, we need Enchained Souls, and this one, depending on what the enemy plays, obviously, it kind of helps out. We have 3 Tombs of the Damned, just to get a little bit of Zombie Legionnaire value going. Helps out a little bit. We can play zombies with that, basically, so why not? And of course, gives great board presence. And then we have 3 Reign of the Underworld, the namesake of the deck. Enchained Soul creatures are no longer slaves, but on the other hand, all other creatures become slaves, which is pretty damn good, because now if you play this card, you don't only play against the enemy, but you also play with yourself. It sounds kind of weird, but you also have to get some well, in Warcraft 3 terminology, I would say you have to go for macro, because you always have to make sure that you have enough Enchained Souls in order to contain and to be able to attack with your other creatures. And the cool thing is, if the enemy only plays like high value creatures that cost like 4 mana, 3 mana, yeah, 3 mana is also pretty big, but 3 mana, 4 mana, or 5 mana creatures, he can only play so much on one turn, obviously. And since he has that high value creatures, he might have to sacrifice 1 in order to actually attack with the other ones. And that's a cool thing. Each slave creature has another ability, which is pay 2 mana and sacrifice this creature, summon an Enchained Soul onto the field. The cool thing about this, however, if the enemy decides to sacrifice a creature, that also triggers Giara. So that means the enemy, sure, he gets 1 Enchained Soul, but we also get 1 Enchained Soul, because 1 creature basically died on the enemy's side of the board. So also pretty good value for Giara right there. We have 2 Haunted Cemeteries, just to get a Zombie Legionnaire onto the field. You know, the cool thing is, these things don't die. They still stay on the board. It's a but if Giara is on the board, but it's only a 1/1. Sexibus also gets a little bit smaller, being a 2/2, but it's kind of right. Oh, I forgot Necromantic Cult. I forgot this card. Jesus Christ, this card. Zombie, 3/3, 2 speed, and whenever another creature dies, you may pay 1 mana to put a Might Emblem on Necromantic Cult. You can remove this Might Emblem to give an enemy creature -1/-1. Given the fact that there has to be a lot of sacking going on, which means, you know, if we have like Rain, Tombs, and Giara out, which is the best possible outcome, and a Necromantic Cult, we get a Zombie Legionnaire every turn. But somewhere along the line, obviously, we're gonna have more Zombie Legionnaires than we have Enchained Souls. So let's say if these 3 cards are out, Giara, Tombs, and Necromantic Cult, what happens when you sacrifice 1 Zombie Legionnaire? You get 1 Enchained, of course, for an Enchained Soul, you get 2 Enchained Souls, 1 for the Zombie Legionnaire, second one for Giara, and you get a Might Emblem for a Necromantic Cult. Of course, it's a little bit mana costly. You need basically 3 mana for that to proc, because you need to sacrifice the Zombie Legionnaire for 2, and then you can put them, and then you need the Might Emblem, 1 mana for the Might Emblem on the Necromantic Cult. Pretty damn big value, by the way. So Necromantic Cult, definitely also an MVP in this deck. 3 offs of that. Then we have 2 Sanctum of the Voids. Debatably the best removal shrine in the entire game. Yeah, I would say that's actually the case. Sacrifice an enemy. Enemy hero has to sacrifice a creature. 3 mana, 2 aspects. If he plays high value creatures, that's a no-brainer. 14 Corruption Shrines and 2 Valley of the Ancients. I actually got in depth with that for some reason, even though I said you can check out the ranked episode, but whatever. Okay, second deck we're gonna play is the Energy Souls. Sorry, I forgot who came up with that, but I got that off of the last Masters list, I think. No, Masters 30. I think that's where I got it from. Or 31? 30 or 31. And it runs good old Armoric Holy Knight. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention that we play with Enoch, and his ability also kind of goes with the life gain thing a little bit, but also can buff up our creatures, because, you know, every non-spirit creature gets -1/-1 if Giara is on the field, but we can counteract that. We just sacrifice the creature with Enoch, and we get 1 life for each creature that we control, and every other creature on the board, on our side at least, gets +1 attack plus 1 HP until end of turn. So pretty good value there. Of course, we can have like, if we have enough Enchained Souls out there, we can swing in for lethal basically, because there are not 1/1 3 speeds, but there are 2/2 3 speeds. And oh yeah, I also forgot to mention Enchained Souls, which I think we can see right here. Yeah. Enchained Souls, obviously, 3-speed, 1/1, flying slave. Not when Giara is on the board, however, and then they are not slaves anymore. Sacrifice Enchained Soul, you gain 1 life. That's all it does. That's all she wrote. Okay, now, Energy Souls with Amalric is something that I haven't played before, so I have to go into a little bit more detail right here. But from the name, you can probably guess what this is gonna be. We have Amalric, the Holy Knight, who has Just Cause as the ability. Up to 2 allied creatures are protected and can't be dealt damage until the start of your next turn. Before the nerf, it was, the creatures also got, I think, +1/+1? Or was it just +1 HP? But they were protected as well. But now they're only protected, which means you can't target them with removal spells. And if they go for a trait that would kill them, it won't kill them. So for creatures, we have... We have KFC, runs Order Wisdom, so of course, why not run in KFC, because it's a pretty damn good value creature, 2/2 3 speed, and when he enters the field, or she, or it, that creature of our choosing gets +1 attack, +1 HP, +1 speed until end of turn. Triangelica Sentinel, which also gives a little bit more protection for our creatures. It's a 3/3 2-speed, pretty good. Pretty expensive though, 3 aspects, 4 mana. However, Valor +2. And what that Valor does, if he is on the board at least, if another allied creature with a Might Emblem would be affected by an enemy action spell, hero skill, trigger, or activated power, remove a Might Emblem from that creature instead. Which means if we have like 2 creatures out, both of them have Might Emblems, enemy drops Cataclysm, it only removes the Might Emblems, they are still on the board, which is pretty cool. We have 4 Charged Alright, because this deck, obviously, the name implies it, it all revolves around the theme of energy-based cards, and this one is a godsend in that case. It's a 1/1 2-speed, so not that good, but we can drop it on the first turn, and comes in with 2 energy, flying. Whenever an allied creature with energy enters the field, you may transfer Charged Alright's energy to it. Basically an energy fountain. We have Rune Lit Incarnate, pretty lit whenever he's on the board. It's a question mark, 2 speed, 1 energy. Rune Lit Incarnate's attack and HP are each equal to its energy. Comes in with 1 energy, so it's a 1/1, and gets, at the start of our turn, it gets +1 energy all the time, which means, it gets bigger and bigger as the game goes. If it's on the board, of course. Rune Lit Incarnate receives damage in the form of losing energy. When it has no energy, destroy it. So let's say he's a 3/3 and you attack into a 1/1 militia, then usually he would be he would still be a 3/3 obviously, but it doesn't damage his HP. It damages its energy. So -1 energy because a militia deals 1 damage, so he's back to being a 2/2. Next one, we have Force Mage Protector. Also a pretty good card. No one really plays it anymore, however, even though if they run Wisdom, it's also a protective card. Again, comes into the place with 2 HP, 2 attack, 2 speed, 2 energy, and we can pay that 2 energy to put a shield emblem on an allied creature. Basically the same with Triangelica Sentinel, only that you can only proc it once, unless of course you have a Charged Alright out or any other ways to gain energy. Timea Magi Wanderer, just a good value card for Wisdom, obviously. Valor +1. Before the nerf, it was +2. Whenever another creature you control deals combat damage to a hero, you may move a Might Emblem from that creature onto Timea to draw a card. And also, we get also Might Emblems from the Triangelica Sentinel. So that's pretty damn good. Then we have Dust Titan, one of the cornerstones of this deck. Whenever Dust Titan gains energy, put a Might Emblem on it. Put a ring on it. Comes into place with 4 energy. It's a 4/4 2-speed, pretty damn beefy. And you can pay 2 energy to shock an enemy creature, which basically renders it useless, can't attack, can't block, can't do shit during your turn when you shock it and during the enemy's turn. Seluxio the Awbringer, whenever you run Order Wisdom decks, you definitely splash this bad boy right here in, because it's a 3/3 3-speed flying and the enemy hero can't use hero skills. One of the best angel cards in the game, I would say. I mean, it's 3 speed and it blocks the enemy, the enemy hero skill. The thing is, if you play that against Armen, Demon Overlord, and you have a Soluxio out, does that mean that he can't go on the board? Because I think it does, since it's a hero skill. That's pretty interesting. We have 1 Holy Radiance, just in order to maintain a little bit of board presence. Usually with this deck, we only have to go up 1... Yeah, we only have to go up 1... Let me check if I don't... Yeah, okay, I'm not an idiot. We only need 1 order and 3... No, one order and 2 wisdom, actually, because, you know, the most thing that we need is obviously 1 order for Triangelica, to play Triangelica and to play Cavalry Field Captain. We need 2 wisdom, however, to play the Dust Titan. However, the most thing that we're probably gonna go for is 2, which means 2 wisdom, 2, if we ever need it, 2 wisdom, 2 order. 2 order, the only feasible reason for us to go an additional order level would be to be Holy Radiance, but we can play anything with 1 order and 2 wisdom. But yeah, if the enemy has like a rush deck or something, that Holy Radiance is definitely, I would consider going up 1 aspect, 1 additional order level, because this deals 1 damage to each enemy creature, or you can put it on the field as a blessing for 2 order levels. And then at the start of your next turn, Holy Radiance deals 3 damage to each enemy creature. We have, 3 Symbol of Faiths, which we usually only use for the life gain, but it also has a play boost. But 1 creature of our choosing gets +1/+1 until end of turn and is life bound. Also, the play boost is if we pay 3 mana, we can summon X Pegasi onto the field, where X is half the amount of life you gained this turn rounded up. Then we have 1 Soul Projection, because this thing right here can get pretty beefy. It's a 4/4, but we can grow that. But we get to that we get into that in a little bit. And also, Runelit Incarnate gets pretty big over time if we happen to get that through. And then Soul Projection is just a good board clear most of the time. Sacrifice a creature. The enemy hero distributes X damage among creatures he or she controls, where X is twice the sacrificed creature's attack. Exhaust each creature that was dealt damage this way. 3 New Horizons, because we run Wisdom. When you run Wisdom, you run New Horizons. Search your deck for a Shrine card, gain a level in the card's aspect, and put it in the graveyard. Shuffle your deck. Basically, 1 aspect, 1 mana, 1 card draw in 1 turn. So why not? Power Discharge. Also great, one of the best removal cards in the game, at least in this case for Wisdom. I would say it's the best one. You can either shock, freeze, or deal 1 damage to an enemy creature, and it redraws itself. So 3 copies of that. Symbol of the Flux, because, you know, this whole deck's theme is giving our cards energy. So Symbol of the Flux is a no-brainer right here. Costs only 1 mana, and the card we control gains 2 energy. And for the play boost, if we basically have 3 mana, we have to pay 2, and we can return Symbol of the Flux into our hand if we pay 2 mana. That's why we only run 1 copy of this, because we always want to get it back into our hand. And 3 mana is something that we definitely have to spare. 3 Unstable Reactors is another way to give mana or energy to our creatures. At the start of your turn, +1 energy for each artifact you control, which is most of the time only this one. If Unstable Reactor has more than 5 energy, destroy it, and it deals 2 damage to all creatures. Not like with Holy Radiance, where it only deals damage to the enemy side of the board, but to all creatures on the board. And that's the first thing. We can use this every turn, which means we can transfer 1 energy each turn to the Dust Titan, which, in order, gives him the ability to shock more creatures, and it also gives him a Might Emblem every time he gains energy. Also, with the Charged Alright, obviously, that also goes hand in hand with a Dust Titan. If we don't have a Dust Titan, however, we can use it on the Runelit Incarnate to prevent this thing from blowing up. And, yeah, just to get Runelit Incarnate a little bit more beefy, a little bit faster. Lamp of Saphir, 1 copy, costs 2 mana to activate it, and unless it's or every other time it's an artifact. However, if we activate it, it's a 3 HP, 4 attack, 2 speed Djinn, which is pretty good value, obviously, and it's pretty damn hard to remove this thing. And as for shrines, we have 6 Order Shrines, 10 Wisdom Shrines, 2 Thaumic Laboratories, the only skill shrine, and 1 Valley of the Ancient. Thaumic Laboratory, obviously, a card of our choosing, gains 2 energy, which immediately gives this guy the ability to shock an additional creature, which buffs this up for 2 additional attack, 2 additional HP, or just giving another creature a shield emblem with Force Mage Protector. That's Energy Souls. And the third thing that we play is something that I played a long time ago. Let me find that. It runs Keanu Reeves and is called Deadly Archers. If you want to know what Deadly Archers is, check in the description below. There is the link to Spellweaver Ranked where I played Deadly Archers, a deck by Maxim Versus, by the way, that he posted way back in the day in the forums before Discord was even a thing. So that thing is ancient, and we're gonna see how it plays out. It runs Keanu Reeves. Weapon Mastery is his ability. Play a creature with level 2 or less from your hand under Keanu Reeves. At the start of your next turn, put that card onto the field with a Might Emblem. Still exhausted, by the way. We have 4 Sunblast Emissaries, a card that you usually don't see being played. It's a 3/2, 2-speed, pretty good value. In fact, it comes with 2 energy and has channeling. You can use Sunblast Emissaries energy to pay for the mana cost of blessing cards. That is definitely going to come into play in a little bit. Whenever you use Sunblast Emissaries energy to play a blessing, draw a card. So it also draws a card. And then, hold on. Oh yeah, okay. So then we have 4 Ambushing Sharpshooters. Obviously, that's an Order Nature deck, by the way. It's ranged and swift. 1/2, 2 speed. You know, you can put that thing under Keanu Reeves, so Ambushing Sharpshooter actually becomes a 2/3 with swift, which is pretty good. Because 3 damage usually clears out everything in the mid to early game stages. Early game, definitely. And you know, ranged obviously helps. We have Bark Convoy. Enters the field with a Might Emblem. We can pay 1 mana, remove the Might Emblem from Bark Convoy, and destroy an artifact or a spell. We have 2 copies of this. And the cool thing is we can play this under Keanu Reeves. Then this thing has 2 Might Emblems, and we can remove 2 artifacts or 2 spells. Obviously good against zombies, against Apocalypse, stuff like that. We have 4 Grove Sentinels, ranged, reach. They changed this card. I totally didn't realize that this thing has reach. That's pretty damn good. I thought it was only Master Hunter. But okay, he's also reach. Comes in... Wasn't he 3/3 before? They changed this card, didn't they? Now he has reach, but he is 2/3? Because I'm pretty sure he had 3 HP. When did that happen? Did that happen when I played this last week? Did they change this week? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a 2/3 ranged reach with 2 speed. And obviously, if we put that under Keanu Reeves, it's a 3/4. A force to be reckoned with. And Master Hunter, definitely a cornerstone of the deck. Ranged, Valor +2, +3 if you put it under Keanu Reeves. Allied creatures with Might Emblems have reach. Pretty damn awesome, of course. And as I've stated, you know, if we play this under Keanu Reeves, he comes into the on the board with a Valor +3, which means we can distribute 3 Might Emblems. Well, still 2, because 1 Might Emblem goes automatically on Master Hunter, plus 2 additional for other creatures, or 1 for Master Hunter again. So basically a 2/3 or 2/3. Yeah, or a 3/4 if we play this under Keanu Reeves and put 1 of the Valor +2 on Master Hunter as well. Spells, we have 4 Trigons of the Pact, because usually we only have to go up 2 aspects, which is 1 wisdom, 1 nature order, and another nature order, and then we can play everything this deck has to offer. We have 4 Namir's Blessing, which is definitely crucial for this deck. Attached to an allied creature, this creature is protected. Still, the artwork is... Sorry, Dimitar Buchukov, but this artwork looks like a bad tarot card to me. Doesn't really fit into the game, I think. Also the limbs right here look pretty damn ridiculous. But nevertheless, the creature effect is pretty good. Attached to an allied creature, this creature is protected, and when Namir's Blessing enters the field, draw a card. Usually you only see this in Holy Demons, by the way. We have 4 Mantle of the Winds attached to an enemy creature. This creature has +1 speed and is flying. Helps out with the Grove Sentinel, 3 speed for this. Or for the Ambushing Sharpshooter, because 3 speed is definitely better than 2 speed. Or we just go haywire and give this guy 4 speed. Can also happen. Plus, this creature is flying, which means it's on the support line. And when this creature dies, return Mantle of the Winds to your hand. We have 4 copies of this, because obviously we usually have like these 3 out. And, you know, giving them a Mantle of Winds is pretty damn good. 4 Landslides. Nature removal isn't the best, so yeah, that's the only removal that we kind of have. Put up to 2 cards with mana cost 2 or less from the field onto the top of their owner's deck. Pretty damn self-explanatory. 4 Assassinates. even though no one really runs this, but it's good early game removal. And this deck only comes online in mid game. Early game, we're kind of struggling, so Landslide helps out, and even though that's a little bit costly, and Assassinate definitely helps out for us to survive the early game stage, the early stage of the game. Destroy a creature with 2 attack or less. And 4 Murder Instinct, another cornerstone of this deck, just like, where is it? Namir's Blessing, Murder Instinct. Attached to a creature, this creature is deadly and can attack an additional target. When this creature dies, return Murder Instinct to your hand. And we're gonna see some fun stuff. So, the thing is, let's say this thing comes in, we put that thing under Keanu Reeves, and we put 1 Valor on this. So, this thing is a 3/4. We attach Murder Instinct to it. The thing deadly works is we attack 2 creatures. Let's say they are not ranged. Well, they can be ranged. I mean, Master Hunter has 3 HP. And we see this in 1 game, but I'm not going to go into depth too much. But the thing is, let's say the enemy attacks and this thing has 3 HP. So he attacks with 2 melee creatures. Let's say he attacks with a Dust Titan and he attacks with a Master with a Master Hunter Tactician. So he attacks with Dust Titan and Tactician. Usually, that would make sense because Dust Titan would die because Master Hunter deals only 4 damage, right? And the Master Tactician then would finish him off because the Dust Titan absorbed all of the 4 damage that Master Hunter deals, and then he wouldn't deal the damage to the Master Tactician or the Tactician. However, the fun thing is that the way Deadly works in this game is that if the creature has Deadly, it only deals 1 damage. Because 1 damage is all it needs to kill a creature. So if I attack with if I use the Master Hunter to attack the Dust Titan and the Tactician, then it deals both creatures and Master Hunter still survives. Because he doesn't get damaged because he's ranged. So basically, you need a lot of creatures. You need 5 creatures to kill this thing if it has 4 damage. Because, you know, it has 4 attack and Deadly only consumes 1 attack. That's pretty damn hilarious. And we're gonna see 1 instance in this whole ordeal. We're gonna see 1 instance where this becomes a thing. And it's fucking hilarious. And as for shrines, we have 16 Dominion shrines. We use this, obviously, to get Murder Instinct out, to play Assassinate. And we don't really need, like, Order shrines. We don't need, Nature shrines. Obviously, by the way, this was also... Maxim Versus came up with this deck before the Trigon nerf. But yeah, we don't really need like Order or Nature shrines because we use Trigon of the Pact for the 2. Yeah. Ideally for the 2. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, every creature also... Yeah, okay, never mind. So we only need 1 Trigon actually for one nature Order shrine. And then we can use like 1 Dominion shrine and we can play everything. So the other 3 Trigons we can always use for the buff. We only need to pay 2 mana for this, and we give one of our creatures +1/+1. And you're gonna see a lot of things. Like, you know, when this guy enters the field, he is ranged, he has a Might Emblem on it, he has Murder Instinct, he has Namir's Blessing. How are you gonna remove this? A ranged, deadly creature is something that, and with Namir's Blessing, is something that you can't deal with. You can't fireball it. The only thing that would work, I think, is is probably like how's it even? Holy Radiance. I think with Holy Radiance you can remove it if it has the 3 HP. If it has 4 HP, that thing is probably going nowhere because you can't target it. You can't and you can't run multiple creatures into this because it's freaking ranged and only deals 1 damage because Deadly. So yeah, the thing that you can also do, and I think I also do this in the game, that's also why we run ranged creatures, by the way, because ranged Deadly is freaking terrifying. The stack suffers obviously against aggro. It's gonna be pretty hard to play against that, and we probably lose against that. Not to spoiler anything, obviously, but you know, and also, if the enemy decides to play like elves or something, we also have Mantle of the Winds to give our creatures a little bit of a speed buff, give them 1 more speed, put them on the support line. Dealt with it, you know. But yeah, that was it. Those are the decks that we're gonna play. These 3 beautiful decks, and yeah, we're gonna see how this tournament goes out and what the enemy is gonna be banning. So, yeah. See you in the first game, which is gonna be right after this. And this is gonna be a bonus episode because this is probably gonna be a this first part is probably gonna be like 1 hour long. So, yeah. Also, if you want to see these decks in action, description below, Spellweaver playlist, Reign of the Underworld, and Deadly Archers. I've played that before. Check that out. And now I'll see you in the first round. Let's see. So, first round against Sorrow1. That's kind of interesting. So, I would assume soldiers, corruption control, the old school way, and could be shamans, could be one turn kill with Fateful Day. The thing is, we're gonna have to play with Deadly Archers and maybe Energy Souls, which I'm kind of okay with. I think the most problem actually with all the decks would probably be because we don't really have mass removal since we don't really run Rage. So I guess the most problem we're gonna have with either deck is gonna be Rush. So I'm gonna ban Soldiers and okay, banned Energy Souls. So let's just see how Deadly Archers goes. Should be kind of okay, I guess, if he doesn't go for Zash right away. Because Zash can do some pretty nasty things. It could also be, but Sorrow1 is obviously not dual, so it could be Rage Dominion Control. But I kind of doubt it. Most likely it's going to be either Rage Wisdom, because that's still a good control archetype, or now we're going to see Corruption Control first. So that's not a keeper, I would say. That's a draw again, more like. Okay. Would like some more early game though, but I guess that's alright. So we're gonna go for this one. And pass turn. And I guess we're gonna reveal our second color right away, which would obviously be Dominion. Curse of Raisha, yeah, it's definitely gonna be Corruption Control. Old school with Advanced Nefaris. So we're gonna have to see how that works out for him. Hopefully for us, not too well. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, and we're gonna discard this one. Alright then. Go up Dominion. And we're fine. If Master Hunter is the first one that we have to play, that would kinda suck. But probably gonna be a Sunblessed though. Could give him one additional speed, but I think I'd rather use it for... Oh. Marked by the Gods is in his hand. And this frickin' wall. Well, it's not that big of a problem, actually. Because we can just do this. Goodbye! And well, it would kind of be a problem, because he has, he can freeze. Kind of a cool artwork, I gotta say, though. It's pretty cool. Hands from Beyond, eh? That's kind of a meme. Okay. So I'm gonna play this guy. With a Might Emblem, since he is swift, he can attack right away. And then I'm gonna have to make a battle plan. I could play the... Yeah, I could play Master Hunter, but I could also use Sunblessed and give this guy Murder Instinct right away. I could play him for an additional Valor on this guy and on the Master Hunter. Or I could play Sunblessed to use this, but I don't really need an additional speed, I think. Yeah, maybe now with Hands from Beyond. That wouldn't be too bad. Don't really know what he plays though. Yeah, I don't want you to have this, a second Mesmerizing. That would kind of suck. An additional card we have to discard, so we have to think about that too. This one we can also play. But I think I would rather play this under Keanu Reeves, so I have an additional Might Emblem on it, so I can destroy 2 artifacts, which would get rid of both. Artifact or spell? Artifact or spell, so I can get rid of both. So that's kind of a meme. A meme. Do I play Sunblessed or do I play Master Hunter? Well, I could also... Yeah, I can go haywire with Might Emblems on Bard Convoy, which is kind of cool. Don't really need Murder Instinct now, so... And this guy gives Reach. But I think he's more valuable that way, so I think I'm gonna play Sunblessed. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. Fuck, let's go Master Hunter. Give these guys Reach. So an additional card we have to discard, and I think it's gonna be Bard Convoy. No. Namir's Blessing is good. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get rid of this. I definitely want to keep Murder Instinct, that's for sure. But we also have to take into consideration that he can get this online rather quick now, which he does. Kind of blows. But I still want to keep range, obviously. Not enough mana to resurrect it, so yeah, we are fine. Alright. 3 mana. So first things first, get this guy under Keanu Reeves. And I guess I'm gonna drop Murder Instinct on him. The problem is he only has 2 HP, so that means Obnoxious Fumes is gonna kill him. Which is why I consider putting Namir on him. Why not? And we draw a card off of it. Solid. Reach that. And obviously also the cool thing about this, I think I mentioned this in the deck tech, I'm gonna do this after the tournament actually. Obviously Murder Instinct goes back to your hand when if the creature dies. So that's kind of cool. So we don't really ever lose it. In that sense. And we have the same amount of cards in hand. So we're gonna see how this works. Kind of an even playing field, obviously, at the moment. With a little bit of an advantage for us. Since it's Namir's, I don't think he can actually do anything against it. With, if he dies. Obviously, he can diminish the damage that we do a little bit. Just a little bit. So destroy this. Destroy this. That feels pretty good, I gotta say. Makes me giggle a little bit inside. He's gonna kill this off, probably, if I buff this up. Either way. Yeah. Make sure that most of our stuff survives. Namir should protect this. Namir's Blessing. Could have done more damage. Now, well, yeah, I could have done more damage if I would have played Assassinate. Maybe get Ambushing Sharpshooter out, but I think since he's swift, he's obviously better off with the Might Emblem, and he dealt 2 damage to face. Okay. Could be a Sexibus coming in. And, ooh. That sucks. Hurts, but I guess we can deal with it. That also hurts a little bit. So kill this off. Get the sharpshooter. I guess we can give him deadly for a little bit more damage. Can I attack twice face? I don't think I can. Nope. Doesn't work that way. Ah, that fucking thing is up again. Maybe you should have waited with suffocate, but maybe we would have lost with the damage and board presence that we had. But it's obviously not won yet. That's for sure. All depends on what he draws. That's a level 2, thankfully. Fuck. Let's draw a card. Not the best. I guess we have to sit this one out. He can kill it though. He's gonna block with this and then with this. Don't have reach. I'm gonna keep it on the front line though. It is deadly after all, so he has to attack with both if he actually wants to kill it, and that will kill both off. Unless he attacks with the Blood Witch Harpy first and then with... Yeah, and then with this. Then I think both would survive? Or Deadly just deals 1 damage, I'm not too sure about it. We're gonna see now. Kills both, okay. Ah, you skanky little fella, you. Yeah, now Corruption Control comes back. Fuck! Thought he would go for the Sexybus. For even more suckage. And that's a great hand. Murder Instinct into Murder Instinct. No bueno. And another Curse of Rasha. And we cleared these freaking spells so good, so fast. Kinda sucks. Bezarok! Yeah, I think that's kinda lost now. We're just gonna... Let's see what we draw. I don't have Cataclysm in this, obviously, unless maybe it would work, but... That's... Oops. That's a Resign. So let's see how Reign of the Underworld goes against whatever Zash archetype this shit is. I'll keep that. That's good. Some really good early game drops in this. Sexybus is gonna be a little bit far off, so I'm gonna just do this. Bam. Play a level 1 creature so I can... or not. So I can play an Obnoxious Fumes right away, I was about to say. Let's go for Death Curse. Shiara's gonna be off a little bit as well. And we're gonna have to make sure that we get Reign of the Underworld eventually. What is this? Okay, so it's Rage Dominion. Sell into slavery is something that you usually see with ponies, though. That's order, however. But... okay. So it's definitely not shamans, that's for sure. But that's probably rage with those two. I guess it's rage, dominion, control. Yeah, definitely. Sell into slavery, really, for card draw, for the scarab. Whatever floats your boat, Sorrow1. Whatever floats your freaking boat. And another one of these beautiful guys. I'm gonna get the value engine going a little bit. Just a little bit. And no, my friend, it's not zombies. You might think that now, but you're dead wrong. I think, yeah, I do also have mesmerizing spirits in this, if I remember correctly. Just gonna vampirically touch this, maybe, maybe not, because it wouldn't do anything for either of us. He would gain 2 life and would lose 2 life. Right away, chalice. Ah, chalice. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Usually it's order dominion. Is there a new meta going on now that I haven't heard about just yet? I would kind of like it, but I'm also giving you this. Do I give him a zombie legionnaire already? Maybe not. I think I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm gonna keep the rest of the hand too, because this redraws itself, and but that also plays in his hands though. He wants to lose shit. Yeah, that's exactly why I kept the freaking zombie legionnaire, by the way. Loose. Nothing for his chalice yet, thankfully. Haunt, yes. Told you this shit would come in handy. Maybe I told you, I don't know. I hope I did. And now he's gonna be like, Haunt? Who the fuck plays this? This guy! He is that crazy! So you wanna put something on the board now? Ah, there you go. That's a good boy. But maybe you'll want to consider putting something on your side of the board, because there is nothing for your chalice at this point. Which is kind of cool, though. I kind of subscribe to that notion. Jesus Christ, dude. And now, I just need the... not that. Exactly that, the Reign of the Underworld. So I'm just gonna go for card draw, I guess. And do nothing. Which is kind of bad. Jesus. Cloning that? Maybe. That's just all the mana. Oh, here it comes. Danger. 6 cards as well. Let's make sure that he loses one. Guess I can get rid of obnoxious fumes. Let's go up 1 level. We can also go for a little bit of life gain though with our hero ability, so let's not forget that. Also, bust up our creatures. Really not sure. I kind of want to see what kind of creatures he has, but I also don't really want to see it, because it means he gains board presence, and that is something that I don't want him to have. But it would be interesting to actually see what he plays. Shit like that, for example. Which he sacrifices. It's a 6/6/1 speed, which you could turn into a 3 speed. Maybe I would have rather like sacrificed this. And also I could deal with all the zombies. Not sure what kind of memeage Sorrow1 is gonna put out here. I can use this. Yes. There we go. There we go. Maybe I should have played this afterwards, actually. That was a little bit stupid of me. Sorry. But this is what we're gonna do now. Yeah, that was kind of stupid, actually. And I could have used fucking Zombify. Damn! Giant. Think, for once. I should have attacked, then used Reign of the Underworld. It could cost me the game. Let's hope it doesn't. Aren't you just the best kind of person? Newsflash! He ain't. Good. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Let's go for one more card, actually, here. Because I don't have jack shit. Bam. Thankfully, that doesn't net him a card every time. Would kind of suck. That's gonna be vampirically touched. Yep. Should have put Fateful Day in this. But I don't... no one can really fathom that you play against Rage Dominion Chalice combination, whatever the fuck this is. And I'm kind of scared that maybe he's gonna go up for another Dominion level to go for Cataclysm. Not sure if he needs that with Advanced Zash. But he also doesn't really play any creatures, which is kind of weird. So yeah, I'm not too sure. And a Giara would be Godsend. For Sheezy. Fireball's that. Don't have much else. It's gonna be one beefy... Jeez. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be a... How's it called? Power Lust Incarnate coming in, I guess. And I need to use 2. To consume spirits to actually kill it off. But ultimately I can kill it off. That's the main point. Let's see. There's the double Dominion. Cataclysm for that? Whatever floats your boat, my friend. Okay, I think now we're gonna do it right. He only has 2 cards left in hand. Which I can get behind. Zombify and Soul Prison would be my next step here. Yes, thank you very much. How did he get an Enchained Soul? Double Vampirism. Ooh, spooky. And I think I'm almost out of shrines at this point. Jesus Christ, look at this. Okay. He's gonna play... fuck this guy. He's gonna play frickin' Firestorm again. Rain of Fire. How is it called? Firestorm, yeah. Still, if he decides to put down Power Lust Incarnate, not a big of a deal. I have 3 Consume Spirits after all. It can easily deal with it. No Firestorm yet. It's an endurance game, for sure. It's such a stalemate at this point. Okay, no Firestorm. Interesting. Oh, I still have shrines left, apparently. No Giara, however. That's just my luck, though. Thank you. Just what I needed. Also could have locked down the other Chalice, but I don't really get a proc off of this every time, and from Vampirism I obviously get the proc every time. I don't know why he doesn't go just go for Enchained Souls. That would net him like 3 HP at this point. Get the double proc. Probably gonna Firestorm because he has fucking 16 mana, so why the fuck not? And it's 4 HP from 1 frickin' Enchained Soul, by the way, now. Oh, does he embody them? Is that what this is? That's kind of ridiculous. And Firestorm, no, it doesn't have mana. Okay. So let's see if we can do something spicy here. Because I have 4 and I have 2 of these. Right. Okay. Potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 damage potentially. Let's see. Wait. Can go for 13 if I use hero ability though. Let's go for this. Yeah. Because I need to get his life total down now. That's just the thing that has to happen. I can't let this tomfoolery go on for any longer. Welcome to Spellweaver Stalemate, by the way. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, now just... I don't get people like this. Why not Enchained Souls, my friend? Why not? Yeah, card draw and yada yada, but still, you can get 2 Enchained Souls from that. Yeah, okay, that's kind of a deck that where Reign of the Underworld doesn't work, because Reign of the Underworld locks you out of creatures, and since he doesn't play creatures, but fucking goes for life total, or 40% life gain, doesn't work as it is intended. And also that shit. Giara maybe now? What the fuck? I mean, I'm also kind of unlucky with this. No Giaras. Give me my Giara. Fucking... That's kind of good. That's kind of alright. Can't attack though, can it? Yeah. Well, I can't do anything at the moment since it's a slave. In the first place. Jesus, man. 19. 19 mana out of 19 and freaking 2 cards in hand. 20 life to 23. It's like we've never started this game. Going for them freaky Might Emblems on the Necromantic Cult. So his whole spiel of like sacking these for his chalice. 7, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 22. Ah, he fucking won, really? Did he win? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Oh, god damn it. Necromantic Cult could have gotten us the win, but this is just freaking obnoxious as fuck. Thank you, Sorrow1, for that terrible ass game. And I get a buy, so we can actually, so there's gonna be a bonus video, obviously, going on. So, yeah, that was round 1. I think that also counts for round 2 then. Because, yeah, that was just a shitty-ass deck. But maybe I'm gonna check out his game and see if he plays this again against Stall, y'all. He's just gonna win by default against him, but, yeah, since this deck is just not only draining the fun out of the game, but it also drains out the time, and that's what Stall Y'all is known for, apparently. But that was the first and second round, so I'm gonna see you in round 3, and obviously in a bonus video. We're gonna see what we're gonna spectate, though.